It's Charlie giving you Friday's market commentary. Hope you're very well. It is 10 past 8. I've just got the computer switched on and looking to get a live trade on. Looks like it's going to come in on the pound, and so I'm going to look to initiate shortly. I'm just waiting to see if it's going to pull back to a little 8 a.m. pivot, and let's go out to the 15-minute chart, and ultimately it could come down to the 15-minute level. So it's going to be a potential add-in type trade. For the interests of disclosure, I just switched on this morning and found my broker. I found myself in a position. I thought, how come I'm in a position here? And I'd forgotten I'd left an open order from a few days ago. Just goes to show you can do this. I put a buy stop order in. Let's go out to the day, like an hourly chart. A couple of days or so ago, back up at 85, and left it there, and I completely forgot about it. And so I've just turned on thinking, why am I in an open position? Unfortunately, it was only a small one, and so I looked at it and thought, well, what is it, 85, yeah, order. It's only one position. I just left it there, the order. And of course, we've spiked up to 85 in the course of the night or this morning, and I think I'll just leave that as a swing trade. So for the interest of disclosure, there, I've got that there is a position there which is obviously negative at the moment. That's not what I'm trading here this morning. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just waiting to see if I can get a little bit more of a pull back, and we're going to start to enter some positions. So I'll get these over and see. Let's have a look here. So I'm looking at my other screens as well. I do see the potential for price to want to come back up to challenge these highs, and just want to. I mean, I could just go into the 5 live bands. It would be a normal, logical trade to take a trade there. But in light of the fact where that pivot is, I want to start building the position just a smidgen below where we currently are. Actually, we're very nearly there. So I'll just press pause for a second. Okay, so I'm still waiting for it to come down just a smidgen more. But I'm actually going to put just one in here because it's taking so long. And I'm looking to go up to sort of 10 to 12 contracts today anyway. So just in case I miss out on this whole move, because it has hit the my bands here, and so it could want to come up to retest these highs up in about the 88 level. So I've just put one in there, as you've just seen. So now obviously overall I have two in there, but that's the trade I've just put in. You can see there at 78.7 was the price, yeah. So, and I'm leaving the other ones. We're gonna have to just ignore the other one because that one's I'm just gonna treat that as a swing. It's broken out now, so that has completely different stops and targets and things like that on it. So, here we go. Now it's coming down a little bit. So, but yeah, what I'm looking to do is to build this as it comes down. So, like I said, up to maybe 10 to 12 contracts. I'll build this up to 12 max, probably 10. And so what you do is you initiate, and sometimes if you're only in with a small position all the way up to the first target, then it's a bit of a pain. So I'd actually rather it did come down a little bit. It could come all the way down to these prior highs, down at about 66 zone. So I've got that in mind. These prior highs here from overnight, could want to test those. Obviously, we've got the lower band here on my 15-minute chart. So that's a level as well. So I've got the lower band and then these prior highs. So those are the areas that I'm looking to add in. Now, when it comes to add in trades, what you have to do is you have to know what your risk is. So like I know in advance, well, if I can, for the purposes of these updates, if I can trade 12 contracts in total for these updates, then I can't go in on my first position on 12 contracts because then I'd be adding in to a losing trade and then be out of risk management. So what I'd have to do is then go in with a smaller portion of those 12 contracts, and then I can build up to that within it. So that's the whole idea. And so and sometimes it means that you could go in like I've just gone in with one contract, and then it just doesn't look back, and it does just come all the way back up for you, and then you don't make as much of a profit out of because it's not come down to those other levels that you were looking for. But that's just the way it is. So generally what it means is that most of the time I'm trading well under risk. Here we go. So we're coming down now. So I'm trading well under risk, and that's absolutely fine. So let's just see if, yeah, that's come down. So just want to get two in down here. So if I can get two off. I've got two there. Yep, it's giving me two. Right, okay. So that's my two, but I'm still looking to add some more in yet. So I've only got two in just yet. And sorry, I've got in now. Yeah, I've got two in, haven't I? Yeah. on this trade. Now it's just come down to, the reason I've taken that is it's just come down to a new 8 a.m. pivot, and so that's why I put those two in. But ultimately I'm looking for price to come up back up into this zone up here, and so not really too much to do just yet. But like I said, let's go back to the 15-minute chart. It can come down to my white line here on the 15-minute chart yet, and ultimately, and my last level is down to here, and then I'm going to put my stop in below that, obviously. So that will be the overall trade. So I've got two more levels of add-ins if I get the chance to add ins onto those, and then that's it. I'll be out. Right, I shall press pause for now. Now, interestingly, it is bouncing, so up quite nicely on those positions, but it's not enough just yet. We want to see it come up to re-challenge these highs over here. So that's what I'm looking for. So not looking to take any profit off on this just yet. Press pause. Okay, just as we're coming up to that band, we'll take one off at this band here. So just taking one off. So I'll bring up the account. It's so small because in light of that, also that open position, which is down £33, just taking one of those three off that we put in, and so the open profit, unfortunately, because of that is tiny, but had to just take something off there. We're just coming up a little bit more, so see if we can keep our eye on it. What I will do now, because it's having this bounce, I'll move my stop up to this low here, and then I'll reassess if we're going to then start to pull back. So I'll press pause as well. I'm getting those stops sorted. Okay, they're done now. So just as a recap, sometimes once you've already got a bounce come in, then you change. If it's coming down steadily down, then I'm quite happy to add in. But when it's already done the bounce, then it rolls over, then I become less interested, and then would reassess at that point down there. The euro this morning has been quite weak by comparison to the pound, so I'm conscious of that as well. And it's very useful. It is good to keep an eye on your other currencies and the other markets, to ensure that you're not missing out on something that's going on elsewhere, which could end up as a drag on the market that you're trading. So you do want to. Sorry, I'm changing my charts around on another screen there. It is important to keep an eye on those on other markets, so that you're making sure that you're not missing something, and all of a sudden it rolls over against you completely, and you realise and you don't know why that is. So anyway, we're looking up to around about 85.26 this zone as the next target. I'll press pause for now. Okay, so we're just getting close. Actually, we just hit 85, but just literally just nicked towards it. Oh, sorry, just under 85. So just not quite there. So let's press pause. Okay, looks like we're nearly there. So I'll just press play here as we're nearly there, looking for that 85 zone, because we've got a lot of open and closes in this zone, you see. So that's why I'm looking to take another one of these two off when we get to that zone at 85. So because of those open and closes that we've got there. So I'm only looking. This is obviously on the sell side. So obviously I haven't got to see 85 on the ticket. Just got to see it on the price chart. So probably just into the early 84s will probably be where it is. So that's what we're looking for. So now I've pressed record. It will probably take a while. I'll have to press pause again in a second, but it was nearly hopping up there. So see if we can get in. If I see 84s on to early 84s here, then I'll press close on this ticket at least. Then see if we can then ultimately come up to the absolute high. So let's see if we can do it. Come on then, you're at 837. Don't go slow now. Don't get shy just because I've pressed record. Now it is. Now I've got to hold fire. It's absolutely stopped there, isn't it, at the moment? I'm going to have to press pause, otherwise I've got nothing else to say. Oh, there we go, into 84. Oh well. Okay. And sometimes it happens that way. It flips up, so 84 point something, and then by the time you actually hit the butt close, then it's done that. But sorry, let's bring the account up. So that's where we are, 108, but we've still got a bit more to go. And so we'll see if we can get up to that level. So I'll press pause now. So we're looking to come up to pretty much up to the spike high now, up to about 89 or so. So I'll press pause. Oh, what I've also done now, I've moved my stop up to 76. So up to 76 here, just to, I think, I say lock in profits. I've got that open sort of swing trade there, but just to lock in the profits on this trade that we've got going. So that's what I've done there. So I'll press pause again. Okay, as you can see, it is getting closer. I'll put 86 now. We're looking for about 89. So there we go. So very close. See 89 on the it's 89 on the charts. Then looking to close that position out. Shame we didn't get more in on this position this morning, but that's just the way it is. But the euro it's been pretty weak, so I think I did the right thing and not doing too much with it. So see if we can see 89 on the chart. And now I've pressed play again. It's just going to pause, so I think I shall press pause again. Thing is, when you're looking at the chart, the price ticker always moves ahead of the chart, just because that's the real price. There we go. So seen 88, which would have been 89, so I better take some off there. And then we've got the final one, and see if we get this breakout. And I'll just take actually this one that I mistakenly got into from several days ago. See, sometimes leave your orders sat in there from days ago, and not the best of ideas, is it? But we'll just see if we can get. Still haven't got quite to the absolute top, so we can just break through that slightly. And I'll probably just close that little bit out. And I'll certainly just might as well just treat this as part of the trade now and tuck the stop up. Probably put it below this low, and that'll do. Let's do that actually. I press pause, so I'm doing that. So we've got divergence up here on the 5-minute time frame. We're looking at my other charts, and we have got a divergence in play. I think if I press one of these, I'll probably show a divergence. Which one is it? No, it's not showing. Not on the telecharts. It's not showing that. But there is a divergence in place, so I'm well aware of that. So I'm just looking to see if we can just push to the absolute high, and then I'll take that final one off, and then we'll be probably done for the morning. I'll get this out to you. It's Friday morning, got lots on today, but we've got to do the analysis yet as well. So, and I'm already conscious that we're 11 minutes in. So I'll just press pause and see if we can get up to that, just nudge to that level. But we really already are at double top level, and so it could just, with the divergence, it could just roll over from here. So I've tucked my stop up to the low of this bar here, and so we'll just see. Okay, here it goes. So we're getting that break just there. So I'll close that final position just as we've got the break of that. So there's a divergence in play. So whenever I see divergences in play and gearing up, then I always use that as just a profit level target or whatever. So relatively small trade this morning as a result of didn't have all the add-ins, didn't come down to build a position, but it's still okay. It's a decent enough start to your day. And then you take it from there. It's now still only 10 to 9 now, so there'll be further trades, I'm sure. But I might as well get this video out to you. I've got to do some analysis now, and then we'll get this out to you. Let's quickly go through the analysis now. It's funny actually with cable, because we were saying in the trading room last night that we were looking to get long this morning on cable, and it's set up perfectly, literally just in time. I had my that's flashed up again. I had my PC man on my computer this morning, literally a minute before. He's working away on my computer, and I had to literally phone him up and say, look, because he dials in remotely into it. I said, look, I need my PC back. There's a trade setting up. So I quickly got all the software ready in order to then get this going this morning. So let's have a quick look at the daily charts anyway then. I haven't looked at them at all this morning as yet. Obviously, I'm well aware of what's going on from the daily perspective, but certainly, so I just move that out a little bit. Okay, yep. But certainly, I was looking for the pound to have an update today. I still think potentially it's got a little bit more in it on a bigger time frame. Ignoring the fact it's got this divergence in play at the moment on the 5-minute chart, but on the bigger time frame, in the grander scheme of things, I think there's a bit more upside potential in the pound, maybe up to the daily 100, the dotted line here, and that would link in nicely with these prior lows as well. So I do think there's a bit more upside to come yet. At least that's at the very least on the pound. It's been meandering its way down for several days, and you could see it was trying to turn. Let's go and have a look at the euro dollar. Now the euro dollar is a bit weaker today after it's hit its 5 live yesterday and the day before, but euro's already had a nice bounce. So where are we with it? I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I think that euro may well want to roll over on the grand scheme of things, but at the moment I think that whatever weakness we're currently seeing on the euro is just, so I take it down to an hourly chart, I think it's just a little bit of pullback. Sorry, hourly chart, not 6-day. it's just a bit of a pullback. As you can see, it's sitting around its 200 on the hourly chart here. So I don't see that as too much just yet, just a bit of a pullback. Although, like I said, it has been weaker here this morning, and I needed to be wary of that in relation to the pound. But overall, back to the daily charts, then yeah, I think that ultimately the euro may have a bit more upside, potentially all the way back up to the 50-day moving average. So it does have that potential. Obviously, if we break the lows of the beginning of this week, then all bets are off, and unless there's a divergence in place when we come down to, if we were to come down to those lows, then we're then looking at, well, 126 would be the next downside target. So keep your eye on that. But otherwise, at the moment, euro is looking good. Currently, on an hourly chart, it's still looking good for some more overall upside price action. Let's kind of look at the S&P, and that's another reason why I'm looking for more positivity on the euro, because the S&P has been coming down quite a bit, as you can see, but McClellan oscillator is quite oversold now. It's at minus 320, so it is very oversold on the McClellan basis, and so really looking to see if we're going to get that. Sorry, I'm just playing around with my chart. I just want to have a look and see what the TRIN was last night as well. Let's have a quick look. No, TRIN wasn't high, so that's not affected anything either. But certainly we're oversold. McClellan's been well over 300 for a couple of days now, so it's very close to, it's oversold on the S&P, so it's very close to a bounce. Whether that's coming in today or not, I don't know. I think it's futures expiry today, so it could be an interesting day. And so, but we've put a doji in down here, spinning top doji. Very easy, you could put in a bounce day today on the S&P. I haven't looked at the futures yet this morning, because I have a quick look. Yeah, it's not really doing too much, so it could very easily put in a positive close today. That's me pretty much finished. Have a fabulous weekend, and we'll be back in touch next week.